Thank you. Thanks for hanging out here. Let me just tell you who I am. I have a company that's called Just Math Enterprises. Although I teach math, my goal is to get America moving. And what I'm talking about that is as a leader in world economy. In 2002, the No Child Left Behind Act was enacted. And part of that, as most of you know as educators here, grades 3 through 8 had to test annually in math, science, and in reading. Till 2014, where 100% of the students must pass. However, grades 9 through 12, which is what I do, high school, and I'm not a teacher, but I love teaching math because it's so creative. Only once did you have to test to make sure that federal standards are met. One time, 4 years. How's that possible? Do you know what we teach in math, or what we're supposed to be teaching in math in high school? Algebra, conics, functions, geometry, pre-calculus, trigonometry, calculus, statistics. One testing for all of America? What does that tell us? Can we do it? Absolutely not. Is it going to happen? Absolutely not. What does it do? It allows the watering down of the curriculum in America. It has allowed the watering down of the curriculum in America. We now spend almost 3 months of every high school year teaching concepts that were taught in 7th grade. Just so in 2014, all of our students can meet federal standards. In 2003, a Parisian organization called the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, which publishes their responses for international assessment every 3 years, published their results. We ranked 25th out of 41 countries. 24 countries were ahead of America. We tied Latvia. In 2006, 47 countries were analyzed. We dropped to 35th. In 2009, most recently, when China was included, out of 34 countries, we stayed 25th. When you throw in China, we dropped to 32nd. China, who in 2006 was not top 5, came number 1. Shanghai beat out Finland. How did that happen? And where was America? We're still struggling to meet 2014, No Child Left Behind. China did it in 4 ways. Number 1, they immediately abandoned a system where all students had to perform. Number 2, they had a rigorous curriculum imposed upon their students. Number 3, they invested tremendous resources in the most challenged students, not the weakest students. Number 4, they invested heavily in teacher performance and analyzing what makes instructors good. They abandoned those teachers and fired them that didn't. Where is America now? We're well behind. We are trying to impose standards for all students. That cannot be. We've got to move. We cannot stay a world leader in this global economy. As a matter of fact, after the 2009 results were published, Bill Gates said, and I quote, "We must get America moving." He urged the United States public officials to stop linking teacher pay with seniority and degree, but link them with achievement. Where are we? In the same handbasket. Recently, in July of 2011, the Wall Street Journal actually published and asked Bill Gates, whose foundation has invested $5 billion in education, was it worth it? He was promoting smaller class size. And he said, after all these years, small class size didn't move the needle much. But what he did say, and I want to quote him, is, "What did make a huge difference was teachers. Teachers have now been shown to influence student education more than any other school factor, including class size and per pupil spending." So how do we get these great teachers? What makes a great teacher? We've all had some, and I say some. Is it because I've engaged you and you've seen some of the people up here who are great? Is it because I'm able to take difficult math concepts and give you great examples? Is it because I understand the best of the students or the worst of the students? Or is it because I can actually understand why you're confused? Whatever that data is, we need to get there. In order to stay in this country, to be a global leader, we must get moving. We're lucky because how can we get moving? We can. There's 4 ways that I propose, me, a little person in New Jersey. Number 1, we start analyzing what makes a great teacher. We're lucky in that regard because Bill Gates has now dedicated $335 million, and by the way, I have no association with Bill Gates, for a 5-year pilot program to investigate what makes a great teacher, analyzing the data and standardizing that data to be implemented. Number 2, once that data is received, we must implement that into the present high school teaching staff across this country. And the unions must get on board. Teacher pay can no longer be linked to seniority and degree. It must be linked to student achievement and performance. Number 3, we must increase and invigorate our curriculum. Our math curriculum is dismal. We teach the same concepts year after year. And we must decrease the textbook sizes. So, that's great. Those 3 things, that's going to take some time. What can we do now? The internet. It's in front of us. I've seen some great masters up here today, people who capture people's attention. Get those great math teachers together. Let's pool them together. We all know who they are because we've all had some, or our kids have had some great math teachers. Let's get them, let's pay them well, let's get them to teach their lessons on the internet. Why shouldn't every high school math student have the ability to see a great math teacher teach a great math lesson every single day of their high school curriculum? There is no reason why this country cannot do it. As a matter of fact, I proposed such a plan in Asbury Park, New Jersey. In that district, the students were so poor that the principal was going to be fired if he did not raise math test scores. He called my company in. I proposed that I'd be there Monday, Wednesday, Friday to an auditorium of this size, and I would teach math and the entire curriculum on those 3 days to the entire district. Along with that, I proposed every student in those high school districts would get a computer and access to the internet, and they'd be able to watch me teach that same lesson on the internet to students over and over again until they got it. They can watch it all day long if they wanted. Additionally, there was one more factor, and that was they would also have instant access to a tutor up until 11 p.m. so that if they had a question on their homework, if they had a problem, or if they were confused, it could be answered. Why should students have to wait 24 hours or 36 hours to ask a question? I certainly wouldn't. I'd say, the hell with it. I'll figure it out myself. I don't want that. I don't want this country to have it. We should no longer be confused. He loved it. The union didn't. They sent down their math supervisor who said they had picked a whole bunch of new books and they were going to raise test scores. By the way, the cost to the district was under $200,000, less than 2 supervisors. You know what happened. The kids plummeted their scores, the principal was fired, and where are we? In the handbasket. What is happening to America? Our scores are plummeting, and our country is being fired from a world leader. Same things. Let's get America moving. I want to show you a little video of watching me teach a very boring geometric lesson about quadrilaterals to a very average student. Watch how she gets engaged. And it's this type of lesson that I propose that every great teacher can do on the internet. This student didn't even realize she was learning. She scored 100% on every section test and a 97 on that chapter test. Let's watch the video. I hope.
Hi, I'm Randee Schneeberg. I'm the founder and director of Just Math Enterprises. From grades 6 through 12, our students do exceptionally well and conquer mathematics. I love teaching math because it's such a great thing to impart knowledge about, and it's very creative. Watch one of my parallelogram family stories. Then they started to sit together in high school. They had an entire section, parallelograms only. So, how did you get into the section? You had to prove your parallelogram. So in would walk Tracy, the parallelogram. Tracy, you parallelogram? Oh, yeah, baby, look at my diagonals. They bisect each other, honey, okay? All right? And then John would walk out, oh, yeah, I'm the situation. Look at these parallel sides, baby, both set. So they sat together, okay? square and the rhombus and the rectangle and the parallelograms, hire a bouncer. Savino, the bouncer, Italian, okay? From the Jersey Shore, all right? You have opposite sides parallel, opposite sides congruent. What are you doing on your knees? Stand up, lady. And all of a sudden, whoop, out pops her legs. You are not a rhombus. Out. Join our club. Do well in math. Do well in school. I look forward to speaking to you. Yes, thank you. Easy button. When do we change?
That was easy.
Bravo. Hit the easy button.
That was easy.
In any event, I hope this shows that there are such creative ways to teach math, and the greatest of teachers do that. They take that lesson, that parallelogram lesson, is a 6 to 7 day math lesson in school. It takes me 20 minutes to teach. So why can't we have that happening now? There's one more thing that we can do, and that's change the law. No Child Left Behind should now be changed to No America Left Behind. Join me. And I appreciate your support in getting America moving. Thank you, and I like the music along with that. Join me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was awesome.